Hey Doug, so obviously last week it was almost natural for the guys to get up for the game. AFC South opponent, you showed them the tape before on Saturday.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So how do you sort of keep that energy up going into Sunday against the Cowboys?
You know, listen, we're playing for our lives. You know, we're playing to stay alive. You know, and this is going to be a great atmosphere. I you know, I can't stress it enough. I mean, if you don't get up for these games, you know, against good opponents, you know, might need to think about doing something else. I mean, as coaches and players, but these are great games to coach in, great games to play in, and I really don't think it's going to take a whole lot to keep the energy up in this one.
How have you seen them sort of responding from the win?
Great. I mean, you know, they've been focused. They've been you know, very attentive. They've been energetic at practice, and you know, the biggest thing this time of year is the health of the team, right? With everybody kind of being nicked up, and you know, that's been my focus, is just making sure everybody's ready to go that way.
Speaking of that, Trayvon, will he be able to go Sunday?
Yeah, we'll see today. You know, I'm still day to day with him. We'll try to move him around a little bit and see how he feels.
What's the plan if he's unable to go? Do you alter a lot of stuff, or do you just kind of?
Well, I mean, no. I
slot
mean,
something in there?
yeah. I mean, we do a lot of combinations of stuff, you know, and it's, you know, next man up mentality. I mean, you look at, you know, Dwayne's been out there, Arden's out there, KC might get a few more reps out there. You know, obviously Josh and Dwayne on the other side. So, you know, we got options, you know, but yeah, we'll see today how he feels.
Do you need to talk to your offensive line before this one to get them, I mean, any more motivated? They know this is going to be a pretty strong challenge.
Yeah, you know, we've been talking to them all week. I mean, it's a really good front, you know, especially the edge guys, you know, and they've been watching the tape and you know, and studying these guys, and you know, they'll be ready to go. There's really, I don't think, again, doesn't have to be a lot of extra motivation, because these are two good, you know, players, and you know, our guys will be ready and up for the challenge.
What went into the decision to make Tyson Campbell the extra captain this week?
I don't know. I mean, I just pick the extra one every week.
No extra thought process to it, just a guy? Okay.
No, he's been deserving of being a captain, and this was a perfect time for him. Yeah.
The Cowboys
That's a
are
good
an
one.
unfamiliar opponent for the Jags, but you have a lot of familiarity with them. How much do you lean on that, and kind of like, do you tell the players anything you know about them?
You know, a little bit. I mean, you know, you can talk a little bit about the players. Obviously, you know, where I was at before, the rivalry is different and everything, and you know, but the game still means something, right, for both teams. They're fighting, obviously, for playoffs and fighting for their division, and we're doing the same thing. So it's a great matchup that way. You know, I've gone and coached against Dan Quinn in the past, and Mike McCarthy in the past, and you know, they're well coached and all that. So there are some things that we can shed light on, but really at the end of the day, it just comes down to execution, you know, and either how well you know we handle each situation, each play in the game.
In Christian Kirk's touchdown, 7 receptions in the red zone, what is it about what happens when he gets into the red zone that you see on film?
Well, I mean, you know, Christian has been a guy that's he's been a very good receiver for us. He's been a sort of a go-to guy for Trevor. You know, I think, you know, Press and Jim Bob and the guys and myself, the guys that, you know, do the red zone plan. I mean, you know, we think about the players, not so much the plays, right? And you know, he does a nice job of getting himself open and separation. And I mean, it's sometimes you get down there and the attention to detail just has to ramp up. And he's been focused that way. He's been great for us in the red zone this year, and you know, it's something that we can continue to build upon.
Do you challenge your running backs this week to kind of get back on track?
I think you have to challenge the entire offense, you know, and not just the running backs. I think it's the O-line, the tight ends, the receivers are a big part of the run game, you know, and I think it's everybody. And so, you know, we've got to do that. We've got to try to run the football, you know, and you know, get ETN back to what he was doing earlier in the season.
is the running game something that?
You guys, I wish you guys would stand like,
We're allowed to stand in the front.
we got cameras, but yeah, you're
Is
good.
it something that you guys, is it on you guys or is it on the opponent taking away what you like to do well the last 4 weeks, 4 games?
I mean, that's football, that's game planning, right? That's scheming your opponent. So that's why it's the fun part of the game is the chess match, you know, and you know, we think we can do certain things, they think they can do certain things or take things away, and you just kind of go back and forth. It's the ebb and flow of the football game, and you know, if you find something that works, you try to stick with it, or a scheme that works, you stick with it, and same way, you know, as an opponent, if they find something that works, they're gonna keep dialing it up until they, you know, you stop it. So that's really kind of what that boils down to.
I think you said earlier this week Chad would get the start if he's able to go. What have you sort of seen from him that, you know, gives you that confidence to start him ahead of a guy like Devin, who you said had a pretty good game last week?
Well, I mean, Chad, you know, the games leading up to him getting hurt, he's played well, you know, and so I just, you know, if he's healthy enough to go, I'll make that decision to keep him in there, you know, and not. Devin understands that, and Devin also knows that, you know, his role is important. Like he could be in there, you know, after a play, after a snap. You know, you never know. So, you know, Chad's done well. It's just a matter of him being healthy and getting himself back on the field.
Do you expect Darius and Brandon Sheriff to go? Darius Williams, Brandon Sheriff?
Yeah, I do. You know, both guys were limited during the week. Again, just making sure that, again, this time of year, guys get banged up, and, you know, you're talking about two veteran players that have played quite a few games, and they know how to get themselves prepared, and you know, not concerned with them not being out there, you know. But yeah, we'll get a good day in today and be ready to go.
Kind of a boost is getting Cisco back, give you guys.
Yeah, I mean, experienced guy. Played a lot this year, gives you depth at that position. You know, it allows Dewey to, you know, kind of who's played well in the absence of Cisco, you know, to get back to that special teams role. But that doesn't take anything away because, like I said, he's played well as a safety, you know, in Cisco's absence. So, but it's good. It's good to get him back out there.
When you look at your schedule and some of the close games you've been in, how much do you think your record reflects where this team is?
I mean, I think we're right where it should be, quite honestly. You know, I look at 6 of the 8 games that we've lost, and it's really what we've done. You know, we've turned the ball over in the red zone. We didn't make a stop late in the game, you know, defensively, something of that nature, you know, or things like that have just kind of crept into those losses. So, you know, when you look at it, yeah, you know, 5 wins is probably about right for where we, you know, obviously for what we've come through.
Okay. Let's